Hi everyone. I've been sitting here playing with some little potted plants. I saw something like this years ago on Pinterest and I pinned it, and every now and then I come across it again and I think I still want to make some little potted plants. So I decided today to just sit down and cut out some rough shapes and put them together as potted plants. And I just love how they're turning out. They're just really cute and whimsical. You can see on this one, I just glued down these pieces onto a tag, and then I gave it a border and then gave it some lines and a little reinforcement sticker. And I just love how that looks. And so I wanted to share it with you in case you want to make some little potted plants that you can kind of keep on hand just to use for decorating your journals. And I made just a little succulent. Thought that was really sweet. I might add a little bit of pen work to that. But the beauty of it is you don't have to do anything except freehand cut little shapes. Like you can see that all of these little leaves, they're all their own individual little shape. It's not a template, it's not drawn out, and it's just picking up a painted paper scrap like these, picking up scissors and just rough cutting a shape out. And I've been doing that a lot lately, and I think I mentioned before in a video that I'm really enjoying doing that, just roughly cutting something out and not wasting a lot of time on drawing it and trying to get it perfect and erasing it and all that stuff. So I find myself doing it more and more often, and in my head I've been calling these CatSnips because I'm just cutting, I'm literally just cutting. And so anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. So I'm going to make a couple of these little potted plants. But I wanted to show you too that if you don't have an idea of where you want to put one just yet, but you want to make some, I glued this one down to a piece of tissue paper. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how I will attach that to a journal page. This is 4 pieces of painted paper. Okay, and the pot is pretty easy to cut out, and so are the little leaves that look like that. And so I just cut them out and glued them to this tissue paper, and then I took my wet brush and kind of went around the outside edge to glue onto the page when I get to the journal that I'll show you. But these are so much fun, and so I wanted to just show you how I'm doing that. I had one that I started, and then I was like, nope, I want to do that one while I'm filming. So this one is a little pot that I cut out of a map. And I just thought it was cool. The color was cool, right? So I did that, and then I had started cutting leaves, and I thought, oh, that would be cool, like a snake plant. And so I thought I'd cut a few more of those little leaves out. And, it's just so simple, just literally cutting the shape of a leaf, and you can curve some if you want to, or you can have them more straight like this one. I'm going to do this one a little curved. And I'm just, going with the flow. And if something turns out that I don't like it, I can just cut some more. I can cut some more off of this. I can cut a new one. I'm not putting any pressure on myself. And that, to me, is just so much fun. Okay, I like that so far. I think I'm going to add one more. Maybe I'll move that one over. I don't know. Let's cut another one and see what we get. And this is just a scrap of scrapbook paper. So I'm just having fun, just cutting random shapes. If they're too big, I'll trim them down. And I love the fact that they're just rough cut and imperfect and fun. I just absolutely love that about them. Okay. Right, I think I'm going to move the curved one and try another straight one. I think I might like the look of that better. And make it a little thinner maybe and see how that looks. Okay, let's see. Cute. I just love it. It's just so simple. So this can be glued down to a page or to a tag. Like this one, I glued it directly down to the tag. But this one, I just glued the little petals to the pot. So then that could be taken and put on a tag or whatever. So I'm using this little pen glue, put a little of that on, and then I'll just position my leaves again in the pot. That is so cute. I mean, how simple was that? And yet, look how cute it is. Like, we can make our own little embellishments, guys. We don't have to spend a lot of money on stickers and things. I mean, those are all fun. I'm not saying anything against stickers. I use them all the time. But I'm just saying how much fun it is to actually create your own little embellishments. That is so fun. All right, and then I was thinking, this is a scrap of scrapbook paper that I found in my box. I thought this would be a really cute pot, and I like it that I can cut it in a way that the stripes are diagonal. So I'm going to just kind of fold it over just a little bit, like this. I'm trying not to crease it in the middle, but sometimes it gets a little creased. It's not that big a deal. And then I'm going to just cut a bottom, and then angle it upwards, and then I'm going to cut this across straight here. All right, but it's too big, so I'm going to trim it again. You can also make these bigger and put them on larger journal pages. They don't have to be this small. Okay, that's a cute little pot with the diagonal stripes. I love that. All right, so now I need to find myself some green. I've got several different green papers. Here's one that's got some bright green. See, this is just nothing but cleaning off a paintbrush. So I'm just using some of these painted bits that I've had sitting around, and just gonna get a chunk of that green out here, and then I'll just cut from it some little leaves. Let's see. I need to use the smaller scissors for these small items. I can see what I'm doing better. So I'm deliberately not folding the paper and cutting these all exactly the same. I'm doing that on purpose because I want them to all have their own characteristics. And then we'll arrange them. We'll have our own little flower arranging. I think I'll cut one down here where the dark green is. That's kind of cool. Okay. Might put another one in. Let's see. And a lot of these will be fun with some pen work added, because they are pretty much all the same color. I think these bigger ones need to be trimmed down a little bit. They're a little too big. The pot is smaller, so we'll make the leaves smaller. It's cute. It's a little bit fiddly, but once we get it glued down, it'll be just right. I love it though. I love how cute that looks. And that darker leaf is just really adds a lot. I think I might do one more darker one. I've got some more of that over here on this paper, so there we go. It just adds so much dimension having the darker ones in there. It's so cool. All right, so I'm going to stick this together just like I did that other one. Very cute. I just love it. I have this little thin catalog that's just some junk mail that came to my house not long ago. And I thought, wow, that is so thin, that'll be easy to cut down. So I cut it in half, and then I trimmed a little off the side. And I thought, this is just a great little way to add scraps and fun bits and stuff. I've seen Janet Nash do this on her channel for a long time. She's used magazines like this to create in, and they're always so fun. So I thought I would put one page together for you right now. This is just a little piece of paper that I used chisel tip pen on and made a little plaid pattern. I actually put this on my Ko-fi printable this month, and I think it'll be fun to use that. So I'm gonna glue up this page and then stick that down for my background. I'll do something on the cover later on. So this is where I'm going to use this little pot on this page. I thought that would be so cute on that pretty green background. I'm going to give it a little shelf to sit on right about there. So I'm going to tear that. This is a piece of homemade washi tape I made by putting some double-sided tape on the back of a little paper bag. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. All right. Here, all this tissue paper will pretty much disappear if I use a pretty wet adhesive on it. And this is just my little glue and water mixture. It's 75% glue and 25% water. I did not measure it though. That's just kind of a rough guesstimate of what the ratio is there. I'm going to trim the tissue on the bottom off so that I can set this right on that shelf like that. Okay. By getting it nice and wet like that, you can see it just really disappears into the paper behind it. That torn edge on the tissue paper helps that too. It helps to disguise it. If there were a hard cut edge, it would be much more visible. See? All the individual pieces looks like they've been glued down to the page, but really I got to make it ahead of time. So if you like to make some things like that ahead of time and have them ready, that's a good way to do that. I could take a little bit of this glue that's on the brush and go over those edges and make sure it's all glued down too, just to be on the safe side. Love it. That's too fun. I've got a little sticker that I'm going to stick down on this page. I just realized that's probably going to be see-through, and those little skinny letters are going to have green showing through, so I probably should put that on a piece of paper or card. Let's see, this paper might work. Yeah. And before I attach that, I'm just going to make a little border. Look how cute that simple little page is. I just love it. So much fun. All right, and I was thinking about doing a little bit of pen work here just to separate these leaves a little bit, because they all look like they kind of are running together. So this will kind of help that a little bit. Got a little white pen here. Just fun. I just love it. And y'all know I love my succulents, so so this is these are fun for me to make, and I hope that you'll make some too and enjoy the process. So get out your scraps, you guys. Get out your scraps and make some fun little flower pots. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it, especially when you think about the fact that you don't have to make anything perfect. Just play. I highly recommend it, and I hope you guys will give it a try and have fun making some little embellishments for your journals. All right, we'll talk to you again soon, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.